A perfect morning to one and all. I am Sudhanshu Pandey and this is Malvika Sunil. We are research scholars in the Department of Green Energy Technology, Madanjit School of Green Energy Technologies. We feel privileged to extend our warm welcome to all the guests, dignitaries, delegates and students on the behalf of UNESCO Chair activity of 2 days National Conference on Green Energy Technology for Sustainability 2025. Organized by the Department of Green Energy Technology, Madanjit School of Green Energy Technologies is sponsored by Madanjit Singh Foundation and South Asia Foundation. We welcome you all to the inaugural session of the UNESCO Chair activity of 2 days NC Gates 2025 conference. Now it's time to commence the inaugural ceremony with the opening remarks of Professor R. Arun Prasad, UNESCO Chairholder and convener of UNESCO Chair activity 2 days National Conference of Green Energy Technology for Sustainability 2025. With the immense exultation, I would like to welcome Professor R. Arun Prasad to deliver the welcome address and to convey a few words about the conference.
Very good morning, one and all, in the dais and off the dais. It's my pleasure to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, P. Prakash Babu sir. Welcome you, sir. It's my immense pleasure to invite our two guests, Professor N. Subramaniam, sir, from ISRO retired, General Manager. It gives me another pleasure to invite Mr. Ravi Kumar Asthana, Head Department of Botany, Banaras Hindu University. Welcome you, sir. And our beloved Dean, Professor Dr. Jafar Ali sir, welcome you sir. And it's our important day for having this National Conference on Green Energy Technology under the UNESCO chair. In this respect, of course, most of our departments and sister departments have been working for some time. So I welcome all of our department colleagues, teaching, non-teaching, and our sister departments. I could see from Nanoscience and Technology, Electronics Communication, and other sister departments. Welcome you, sir. It's my express my warm welcome to all invited speakers who spread all over our nation, particularly from important institutions like Indian Institute of Science, IITs, central universities and national important universities, national research institutions like SICRI, ARCI, Hyderabad. Welcome you all. And all invited participants from Pondicherry region as well as all over the nation. I express my gratitude particularly to the MSF Foundation and SAF Foundation, which gives a big bone for our department to support several initiatives. This is one of the MOUs of our university which takes to very high. Though Madam France mostly always be here, but due to some other things she was not able to come over here, but she expressed her wishes to all of us. I think with that express of wishes, we could able to make this 2-day conference and wonderful. I also submit my thankfulness to our sponsors. Of course, always we look for support from different sponsors and particularly from Government of Puducherry. Chief Minister Rangasamy sir also agreed to be part of it. Government of Puducherry, DST, Council of Scientific and Technology also part of it. And Solan Private India, last year they are also sponsored and this year also they are sponsored. And this year newcomers, Berger Paints, who are also looking for energy efficient paint things, they also interested to come over here. And I could see TVS Electrical Mobility also sponsors this, and our scientific chemical suppliers, National Scientific and Rivera and Sai Scientifics. And also from bank side, this year again represented by the Canara Bank. Thank you very much for all your generous sponsor for making this event successful. Of course, everybody knows that energy plays a very important role. Globally, most of our energy produced through conventional fossil fuels, whether it is a coal or petrol or natural gas or LNG or CNG. This makes a lot of issues. That's why we talk about CO2 emission, we talk about global warming, we talk about environmental degradation, and several issues are raised due to the energy generation, distribution, and also for the utility. So we have to look how the energy should be generated in a better manner or sustainable manner, how it could be transmitted without much loss, efficiency has to increase, and utility, where we can do a lot of energy efficiency and conservation. That also makes the emission of carbon-based fuels to some extent. So that's why the globe is looking for non-carbon fuels, because greenhouse gases, if there's increasing, we end up all these issues. So globally, researchers and governments are looking to replace the conventional fuels into non-carbon fuels like green hydrogen, or carbon neutral fuels like bioenergy, so that the carbon is get neutralized, and other sustainable renewable energy technologies. Sun is there, huge amount of it. Most of our energy comes from sun. Solar energy, whether you call it a solar photovoltaic, solar thermal, or you call it a wind energy, ocean energy, this all comes through sun. Sun makes the waves, sun makes the ocean energies. Sun makes the bioenergy. So everything comes from sun. So we are going to look into how renewable energy going to transfer from the fossil fuel so that the global issues could be solved a little bit. In this respect, the Department of Green Energy Technology, a multidisciplinary department, was established in 2010 under the support of Madanjit Singh. And I am one of the person who joined on the day of 2010, June 14th, the next birthday of my date. So I felt, though I am a chemist, but I transferred to renewable energy technologies after joining this department. So in these 16 years, the department has done a wonderful job, because when we joined, we don't have building, we don't have desks, other things, but now we have a wonderful green building. That's also green building, where the building is more energy efficient in terms, and several other sustainable practices are involved in our green building. So that's our strength. So if you look in the last 16 years, I also need to give some department view. Particularly in the last 5 years, we are able to publish more than 100 impactful journals, and 8 projects finished and 8 are undergoing. And we have a strong, as I said earlier, strong MOU with MSF, SIF India, which brings South Asian country students to study here, and the full support is done by MSF. 16 fellowships currently available from South Asian country students: Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives, of course Pakistan and Afghanistan. But mostly we get students from Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and Afghanistan we got, but now due to the political issues, it's less. So this way, totally around 100 students so far graduated. South Asian country students has graduated from this department. The department is a multidisciplinary. We work on several renewable energy technologies: solar thermal, solar photovoltaics, wind energy, bioenergy, and energy storage system. A strong group is there for battery storage and supercapacitors. And we do a lot of other sustainable practices, because this is one of the department that advocates several sustainable practices of our university. And I am really fortunate, when I joined here 2010, I was not knowing much about solar or renewable energy technologies. But I had an opportunity to work with some of our seniors who already retired, and an opportunity to look into how our campus can be converted into solar energy. So we gave a big proposal in 2013, if I am correct, master plan for converting all the rooftops of our university into solar power plant. By the time it was nearly 2 megawatt power. Proposal submitted to MNRU. I am really fortunate to note that by 2021, after 11 years, the university was able to achieve nearly now 3 megawatt power of solar power plant, which is nearly 35% of our energy comes from solar power plants for our campus. partially you may be knowing that India is a front runner in promoting renewable energy, particularly solar photovoltaics. In the last 10 years, the government of India was able to achieve nearly 100 gigawatt of power from the total of around nearly 500 gigawatt of primary power generation. That is nearly including all wind energy. Second comes the wind energy and little bit of other bioenergies, and we are very poor in ocean energy harvesting, and we are also poor in waste to energy conversion because of certain issues. But anyway, India is forerunner in globally. Nearly 35% of our energy comes from renewable energy sectors. And India, as per agreement, by 2050, we are going for 50% of our energy from renewable. And for that, our university is an example where we are in par with our nation. So currently, we are 35% of our energy comes from solar power plant. And there are a lot of proposals are in pipeline because our energy demand is increasing. Currently, the university consumes nearly annually average of 7 million units. And currently 3.5 million units of power comes from solar power plant, which is nearly 35%. Because of the new buildings and new departments are coming up, the projection looks like that we may need nearly 17 mega units of power, which again 40% of increase in energy should happen within another 2 years. That's the message that our department always inform our administration. So if we really want to keep up our usage of renewable energy from 35 to higher, we need to install several renewable energy sectors, not only solar photovoltaics. There are huge potential for bioenergy, and there are possibilities of other sustainable energy technologies, including now our department, most of our faculties are working on green hydrogen. That's another, government is going to support a lot, and support is coming up where we are also aware of that. And currently, of course, the nuclear energy, government of India really, because our nuclear energy percentage is very less than 2% if I am correct. So, whereas if you look into France, yeah, more than 70% of energy comes from nuclear. So India, in the last budget, they plan to go for a quantum leap to have several nuclear power plants, which is clean energy, though it is not renewable, but still it's a clean energy. I think our next event, which I already discussed with our Honorable Vice Chancellor, will be on nuclear energy with the help of IGCA. That will be done. And our department, as I said, we do MTech and PhD. Last year, we are happy to note that we also had the BTech program on energy science and technologies. And for that, the university is going to support a lot. So a huge leap will be happening in the energy sector of our department. So, a few points about other sustainable practices in our university. I am mostly involved how to make our sustainable practices other than, because energy saving and energy conservation or energy efficiency is also a way of producing energy. So the emission will be reduced. Currently, our university reduces nearly 3,000 tons of CO2 emission because of the renewable energy practices. And if we are able to cultivate our students with energy conservation, energy efficiency and other sustainable practices, we could able to reduce further 3,000 tons of CO2 emission annually. So that is the practice that we need to culture with our students in near future. Of course, globally there are several efforts being taken to promote renewable energy sectors. However, we are not moving forward because of the geopolitical issues. And anyway, I believe the developed nations will relook and politically support us, the government agencies and other things, to make sure the speed of promotion of renewable energy is happening, so that our environment will be protected and our sustainable lifestyle will be followed up. I think we are in a very dangerous situation. If we are not cultivating our sustainable practices, whether in terms of energy saving, whether in terms of water, whether in terms of material use, all the way we have to practice a sustainable approach. With that case, we are able to approach a better environment. So with this chart, where our conference looks the same, okay, looks for different renewable energy technologies. So I am sure this 2-day national conference will give you a big insight for the betterment of the environment as well as sustainable development. Once again, I extend my heartfelt wishes to all the participants. I am confident that this dynamic, vibrant conference will provide an essential knowledge and direction we seek to advance for our sustainable practices. Thank you. I am sure you will have a very wonderful 2 days.
Thank you very much for your thought-provoking welcome address, sir. Let us mark the beginning of the ceremony by lighting the lamp.
Our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor P. Prakash Babu, Chief Guest of Honor, Dr. N. Sivasubramanian, former Chief General Manager of ISRO, beloved guest, Professor Ravi Kumar Asthana, Institute of Science, Banaras Hindu University, UNESCO Chair, Professor and Head of our Department of Green Energy Technology, Dr. Arun Prasad, respected invited speakers and delegates of the conference, colleagues from our sister departments, and scholars and students. Happy morning to all of you. I deem it a great pleasure in felicitating the National Conference on Green Energy Technology for Sustainability, organized by the Department of Green Energy Technology. I am happy to place on record, since the inception of this department or the school in the year 2010, it has been doing a great work of conducting national conferences almost every year with a great zeal and reach. Each time, thanks to the generous seat support it enjoys from the South Asia Foundation, instituted by late Shri Madanjit Singh, former ambassador of India and a philanthropist. Currently, the affairs of South Asia Foundation is managed by UNESCO. I am confident that with the support of our visionary and dynamic Vice Chancellor, the ties between the SAF, UNESCO and the Pondicherry University shall be further strengthened to the benefit of Madanjit School of Green Energy Technologies. The year 2024-25 should be marked as an historic event, a historic year of the Madanjit School of Green Energy Technologies. It has embraced National Education Policy curriculum and successfully launched 2 NEP UG engineering program, namely BTech Energy Science and Technology and BTech Material Science and Technology. With this, Madanjit School is poised to serve the nation more on national mandate of generating skilled and highly trained manpower in the areas of national importance. I take this opportunity to appeal to our Honorable Vice Chancellor to strengthen our hands with more resources to make this program more successful and a great success. I congratulate the entire organizing team led by the head of the Department of Green Energy Technology and the UNESCO Chair, Professor Arun Prasad, for planning such a beautiful two-day event, drawing experts from diverse fields of renewable energy across India, and also packing the event with the industry perspective. It's a moment of pride indeed to see entrepreneur alumnus of our school representing a big industry is also being part of the event and a donor as well. It speaks volumes of the success stories of the Department of Green Energy Technologies. I take this opportunity to thank all the invited speakers for taking trouble to visit Pondicherry University to deliberate your research expertise with a peer group. One of the important objectives of such event is exchange of state-of-the-art of the subject knowledge and interaction with the budding researchers. I am pleased to see the event is attracted more than 80 research paper presentations. I would like to urge all young scholars and students to feel free to interact with the subject experts and richly benefit from their presence. With these few words, I conclude and congratulate again the Department of Green Energy Technology for putting a wonderful national conference. I wish a great success. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your shared wisdom. Now, with all due respect, we welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor Faniti Prakash Babu, to deliver the presidential address.
Very good morning, all of you. Respected guests on the dais, Dr. N. Subramaniam Garu, Chief General Manager, ISRO, retired. Professor Ravikumar Asthana, my friend and my colleague at University of Hyderabad, who was also the student of University of Hyderabad in the research. And also Professor Jafar Ali, Dean, the UNESCO Chair, Professor R. Arun Prashant, and Professor D.S. Sharada, the coordinator of this program. My experience in this university is this is the fourth day, right? And this is the first conference I am inaugurating. I am deeply honored to inaugurate a program on a green energy technology, so which is very essential. As I could hear from Professor Arun Prashant and also the Dean, Professor Jafar Ali Garu, about the department and its achievements, and I strongly feel that this is one of the unique departments in the university system, not only in this university. I don't think there are many universities in the country having such an exclusive department. And I really congratulate the MS Foundation, and I profusely thank the MS Foundation for generously contributing for this department. And I also thank France Market, Principal Trustee of this MSF Foundation. I wish she would have been here. Maybe we can invite her next time and we will honor her. As you know, as Dr. Arun Kumar has also, Arun Prashant indicated, that India is the country which is still largely depending upon the renewable energy. And if I go through the some of the statistics, I think there is still 70% of the coal is being used as the energy. So we have to really find an alternatives when we exhaust or before exhausting all our natural resources in this. And also the biomass is largely being utilized by the India because we are rural mass or rural population is more in the country. They all prefer to use the even firewood for their traditional cooking and all. So I remember a couple of experiences when I go through the literature that when they have to replace the use of the biomass or the firewood, they were given some alternatives, solar cookers, we have to realize and recognize the socio-economic situation of the country while we are trying to replace with technology. The technology that we are trying to adapt, people at the other end or the rural setup, they might think that we are imposing it. Both are different. Updating the technology or imposing is different. The rural people, those who are not really educated, might think that. When the government wants to replace that one, they have distributed, but finally, after some time, when the government officials, they went there, they are not using that. So when they found that what is happening to this, why you are not, they came to know that the persons in the household are largely husbands. They think that the taste of the food is not good while using the solar cookers. So this is the scenario. Actually, I was associated with the National Institute of Nutrition, where we were given an assignment. I was the ethics committee chairperson of the NIN. When the transgenic foods are being used, vegetables, people are making hue and cry that they are very bad for health and people will die immediately if they eat. So the director of NIN, Dr. Seshikiran, he bought the brinjal, transgenic brinjal, and he cooked in the department, he ate before the media. So that is to give us some kind of, pass a message to the public that, so without our knowledge, we are eating a lot of things also. So we have to impress upon the rural mass. The other scenario is, when the solar cookers are being used, given to the people, especially those who are living adjacent to the forest area, because they are the ones using the wood and all. After a few months when they went there, they are using as the stools to sit. Again, socio-economic issues are involved in this, because they say that by 4 or 5 o'clock, they cook food and they take food and they go to forest. By the time they come back, it's always night. So where they see the solar? So the issue is, when we are developing the technology, all the budding researchers, they should always think on how the technology end users can utilize this one. So this is one of the, I think, essence of this conference. And so when you look at the other side, electric cars, cost is also actually involved in this. And the electric points for the charging is also equally important. In our condition, if the car is cheaper using the petrol or diesel, we go for it, everybody. So our invention or the technology developers should also think the easily accessibility and also the price should be the low. So these are the important aspects that when the technology is developed, that should be utilized by the people or end users. So I feel that the conference, people who are assembled here, scientists or the budding scientists, to think on these parameters when you wanted to impart the technology of the green energy, to see that it should be accessible and easily usable, so that slowly that can be replaced. I deeply honored or happy about the department, what they have been doing it, and definitely you will get enough encouragement from the administration, and I wish that you should keep on doing these activities. And also, as you know that in the last 2 days I have been reviewing the NAC related thing. So this is one of the best practices of the Pondicherry University we were having. So let us project this one to the NAC committee, those who are going to come in the next month. And we should really encash this one to show as a showcase to the NAC committee. So with this, once again, I thank the organizers for inviting me, and I wish all the invited guests, speakers, and I believe that there are some foreign students and the speakers also here, to have a pleasant and wonderful stay of 2 days, and hope you will have a beautiful and memorable stay at the Pondicherry. And those who are visiting from outside, Pondicherry is a very beautiful place. So that is the reason I'm particular to come to Pondicherry. Okay, hope all of you will do that. So thank you once again. I wish you all best of luck for this wonderful conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the kind and encouraging words. Now, it is high time to meet the guest of honor, Dr. N. Shivasubramanian, an eminent scientist who served in Indian Space Research Organization for the last 40 years in key roles contributing to the success of India's space programs, including SLV, PSLV, GSLV, and Chandrayaan. A recipient of multiple prestigious awards, including the Presidential Award, Dr. Shivasubramanian was instrumental in developing critical technologies and materials for ISRO's mission. He is also a distinguished fellow of the Indian Institution of Engineers and continues to contribute for the sustainable development and space research. We are profusely delighted to take this opportunity to invite our chief guest, Dr. N. Shivasubramanian, to address the event with a few words.
Good morning, respected Vice Chancellor of the prestigious, famous University, Pondicherry University, Professor Prakash Babu, Dean of the institution, Jafar Ali, and next guest speaker, Professor Ravi Kumar Asthana from BHU, and the organizer and the resource potential, I can call it, the person who is behind this seminar, Professor Arun Prasad, without which is a source which he can bring out the talented ideas and innovation to the institute. Professor Arun Prasad and co-coordinator Professor Sarada Madam. I am really happy to give a presidential address, not presidential address, guest of honor address. I am happy that National Conference on Green Energy, Technologies and Sustainability is being held at this institution, bringing the outcome to the society as well as the higher education people. I understand from the Vice Chancellor's speech, your institution, Pondicherry University, dynamic education outcome is being processed here to have a social economy, sustainability, environmental sustainability, and energy sustainability. In addition, digital economy towards 2033. Towards that aim, the university is marching. I am very glad to that. And we have seen national level the renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and potentially green hydrogen. Green hydrogen technologies are being monitored by national level. We are also, as a hydrogen being an energy carrier, we also use it in our fuel cell, in our satellite as well as the launch vehicle. That's a big opportunity for the growth technologically to make a viable, cheap and reliable fuel cell in future, so that you get a good sustainable growth by 2030 in space technology as far as power energy source is concerned. Regarding the production of hydrogen, Tamil Nadu government has already planning to spend 42,000 crore for the production of green hydrogen in a plant in Tuticorin with the private public participation. And the idea is, presently we have 5 metric ton of green hydrogen per annum. This has to be enhanced much beyond. By 2050, the green hydrogen should have sufficiently so that we meet near net target, so that carbon dioxide emission you are bringing to this one. So there are so many private companies are coming up, in which like from Ahmedabad as well as in northern India, and I consider Pondicherry is a potential source for the production of hydrogen pipes, carriers, tanks for the transporting the energy sources. For the coming to academic side, I find this department is having a potential source, and I try to link with the space department research activities also, like liquid gating technology in chemistry. Liquid gating technology in chemistry has to be followed up so that our liquid fuel and using a nanoparticles, we get a energy efficient propulsion system in which a controlled sustainability can be achieved. The second area is advanced battery technology. Instead of lithium-ion battery, go for sodium-ion battery so that it is having energy efficiency as well as stability. Coming to the university level, not only the resource, the energy, I considered wave energy also should be considered for the long term because you are closer to the coastal area. So can you take it up wave energy conversion by having a offshore power generation to a level of 300 megawatt. And another new technique is ocean thermal conversion. Ocean thermal conversion from the ocean, from the deep sea to the top surface. What is the thermal gradient? Can we make use of that energy difference to convert it, say, energy and use it? These are the two areas I considered. Apart from solar, wind, and thing, and the nuclear, anyhow, as Dr. Arun Prasad said, you can have a tie-up with IG car and having a fast breeder reactor with small portable. Government of India this year is funding sufficiently to have a portable nuclear reactor. Portable nuclear reactor, some private fellows are already coming forward, in which we can contribute something so that towards the safety aspect as well as reliability aspect. Because you are going to have a domestic, you are going to have like our refrigerator, you are going to have a generator, nuclear generator, power generator. How safety it is there. In that area, some studies should be done. And the third area is as I said, ocean thermal conversion. These are the things. Apart from this, we are glad, we are happy, we are in the entire world is happy today because Sunitha Williams has successfully come back after 286 days of stay in space. So here, sustainable development goal, the communication and the transport is one of the key area which needs to be addressed. So communication wise, we are seeing so many transponder and how to make L band, S band, C band transponder like that. The communication area is the area one has to be addressed, even though it is not relevant to this particular topic, a sustainable topic. The sustainable development is as a part of point number 7. I wish the communication also should be addressed in long term so that in addition to the energy sufficiency, we meet the sustainable development goal. On this occasion, I find a lot of faculty from various institutions, both from internal as well as abroad, and the students also there. I not only feel, I express my sincere thanks for attending and contributing for this seminar, and it will be fruitful for the society as well as nation to have a self-sufficiency in this energy area. With these few words, once again I wish the organizers best wishes and good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. We are delighted to have you here and we look forward for an excellent lecture with you in the upcoming sessions. Thank you once again.
Now it is high time to meet the guest of honor, Professor Ravikumar Asthana, FNAC, a distinguished scientist and senior professor at the Center of Advanced Study in Banaras Hindu University. Professor Asthana, a gold medalist with stellar academic career, has made outstanding contributions to the areas of drug discovery, stress biology and environmental technology, particularly focusing on microbiology and cyanobacteria. A fellow of the National Academy of Sciences India and a recipient of prestigious awards like Professor C.N.R. Rao Educational Foundation Award for Excellence Research. We are profusely delighted to take this opportunity to invite our chief guest, Professor Ravi Kumar Asthana, to address the event with a few words.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu, and as he mentioned, it was 1988 when I met him. Both got transformed in their structure. Is still continuing relation with Professor Arvind Singh. Sir, your gracious presence at this time made me more excited. At the same time, Honorable Professor Sri Siv Subramaniam, a very accomplished ISRO scientist sitting with us, having a knowledge domain with him. I am looking at Professor Jafar, is still as busy as last time I saw him, a very sincere academician. And Professor Arun Prasad ji, so humble person, who ignited this area in this university. I must say, Professor Sarda, to whom I know through Professor Maya Sankar, one of the accomplished chemists in Banaras Hindu University, and sitting here, Professor Tilakan, Dr. K.K. Jaiswal, Professor Shiv Kumar, and other very good academician, knowledgeable person from various institutions of the country. I must appreciate that the present conference is aimed at to promote the renewable energy adoption with simultaneous reduction in the greenhouse gas emission. This objective was visualized by the present chair, Professor Arun Parsarthi, long back in 2013. He conceived this idea and established Solar Campus Master Plan in 2013, which led the generation of the 30% of its energy from solar energy capabilities, ultimately establishing prestigious UNESCO chair 2024 to 2028 from South Asian Foundation. I was tracing that what is the origin of this. And I am happy that I will be unfair if I don't make the mention of the academic qualities of Professor Arun Prasad, as such laurels to the university is due to his excellent academic career, such as Dart Fellow of Germany and PDF RSCP in ISC Bangalore in Glasgow, UK, senior researcher in Ghent University, Belgium, with a special fellowship of the Raman Fellow in USA in material synthesis, and that is the application of solar energy, bioenergy, batteries, and fuel cells also. Having 3 international patents and 2 European also, established networks like NGIRA through. Interestingly, delegates hailing from these areas, I have seen those who have traveled to this Pondicherry University. It is because of his experience in these areas, polymer science, batteries, solar cells, all eloquent people, tall people they have assembled here. Now, interestingly, sustainability involved me also, because an area which was lacking getting filled with the biomass, that is the biofuel, bioenergy, and luckily, however, only of his student, Dr. Krishna Kumar Jaiswal, entered to add this domain. What I was analyzing about the university, and he also joined as a PDF before coming with me coming to here. Now I'm so glad that he has added the dimensions of the microalgae because you talk about the sustainability of the energy simultaneously reducing the greenhouse emission. For your kind information, it is 50 times more CO2 bioconcentrated sequestered by the microalgae. It is a source of hydrogen, as Honorable Professor Shiv Kumar said, and the storage of the hydrogen is another area person from IISc Bangalore will discuss. Now, question is that designing of the photobioreactor, so engineering aspect is required and huge of the development of the catalyst for better transesterification, that is the chemists are required. So certainly a physicist is required to understand how to store these. Now I agree with the efforts of Professor Arun Prasad that this is an interdisciplinary effort. As Honorable Vice Chancellor said, that socio-economic issues has to not to be ignored. So this is the amalgamation of all academicians to bring it up. It is still, India is one of the country out of the 8 which is contributing out of 66% of the carbon emission. So in that condition, now I want to finish it because this is not the lecture. All we have to come forward how to solve the process in the bits. Somebody in storage of the hydrogen, somebody in development of the catalyst for the faster transesterification, and somebody in making it rather use in the form of methane, form of ethanol, because India has to go 20% blending up to 2030. So in this very, now finishing, I have to say that I am obliged and proud, privileged with the kind invitation of Professor Arun, who has ignited this area in this university and reaching to level of 30% generation of the solar energy for the campus. Sir, I congratulate you, and really it is a pride to the nation that Pondicherry, a central university in the remote place, is doing so nicely. I am so happy and wish that nation will be contributed more and more from this university. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the valuable insights. We are delighted to have you here, and we look forward for an excellent lecture in the upcoming sessions. Thank you once again.
Now, to wind up the inaugural session, I would like to invite Professor D.S. Sharada, Coordinator, UNESCO Chair Activity of today's NCGTS and 2025 Conference, to propose a vote of thanks for the session.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests and esteemed delegates off and on the dais, faculty, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. It is my profound privilege to deliver vote of thanks on behalf of Department of Green Energy Technology for this inspiring inaugural session of National Conference on Green Energy Technologies for Sustainability 2025, supported by Madanjit Singh Foundation and South Asia Foundation and aligned with the UNESCO Chair activities. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Prakash Rao Garu, for delivering the presidential address. Sir, your insightful words and vision for sustainability and impressing upon the socio-economic perspective of the technology have set a tone for the conference. We are highly grateful for your presence even in your busy schedule. A heartfelt thanks to our esteemed guest, Dr. N. Subramaniam Garu, retired Chief General Manager, ISRO, for his gracious presence and for your valuable insights on energy and sustainability, and also on new and advanced alternative technologies like nuclear, ocean thermal, etc. My heartfelt thanks to distinguished guests, Dr. Ravi Kumar Asthana sir, Senior Professor and Head of Institute of Science, BHU, for gracing this event and sharing inspiring thoughts on bioenergy and other sustainable sources, which enriched this session and motivated us all to strive for innovation in green energy technologies. I also thank our Dean, and a faculty from Department of Green Energy Technology, Madanjit School of Green Energy Technologies, Professor B.M. Zafar Ali, sir, for the felicitation address, highlighting the importance of our department and school endeavors here. I also wish to express my sincere appreciation to our HOD, UNESCO Chair and Convener, Professor R. Arun Prasad, for the welcome address and for his unrelenting commitment in organizing this conference. Now, very importantly, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Madanjit Singh Foundation and South Asian Foundation and our beloved Madam France Market for their invaluable support to our department throughout these years and in funding the UNESCO Chair activities. We express our profound gratitude to Government of Puducherry, the Council of Science and Technology, Puducherry, for their generous support. We are also very grateful to the unwavering support we received from Pondicherry University Administration. Our sincere thanks are also to Solar India Private Limited, Berger Paints, Canara Bank, National Scientific Limited, and other scientific suppliers to our department for the generous sponsorship. We extend our deepest gratitude to the esteemed delegates, distinguished speakers, participants, and the chairpersons of the technical sessions of our conference for their invaluable contributions and support. Your active participation and thoughtful insights have enriched this event and made it a remarkable platform for knowledge exchange. Our heartfelt thanks also to the deans of various schools and centers, head of the departments, and our colleagues and staff for their valuable presence and support, which have been pivotal in making this endeavor a success. We also wish to acknowledge and express a sincere appreciation to various committees and student volunteers for their hard work for making this event a grand success. We express our thanks to the Electrical and Civil Wing of Pondicherry University, the supporting team from the CCC Hall, the horticultural team, the vigilant security personnel, and the members of the media. Your behind-the-scenes efforts and tireless dedication has ensured the smooth execution of the event. We eagerly anticipate this two-day event of National Conference on Green Energy Technologies for Sustainability and deliberations will help in intellectual knowledge exchange,